Well, I've been a nurse since 1970, so a long time.
I've been a nurse for 26 years.
I've been a nurse for 21 years.
I've been a nurse for 17 years.
I've been a nurse for 13 years.
I graduated in 1983 from this school, and so it seems like it was just a couple of days ago that I graduated. At least that's how I feel.
I've practiced in critical care and emergency nursing, and I've been teaching at UTEP for 4 years.
I'm from Austin, and I moved to El Paso because I was passionate about the border and Spanish-speaking Mexican-American clients. I became a nurse when I was 21.
It feels like, sometimes I feel like I'm a brand new nurse, sometimes I feel I'm doing this for ages and ages. I feel like I've been with Florence Nightingale. Sometimes I feel I'm brand new. There's so many things I don't know. I'm still learning a lot of stuff.
So I was always interested in healthcare, and as a young high school student I started working in a hospital part-time, and so I kind of got hooked on this aspect, and as I explored the options between nursing and medicine, I found my interest areas were much more in nursing in terms of the caring, the involvement that we had with patients, the more intimate relationships than what I would find in medicine.
My best experiences in nursing are with relationships, personal relationships, professional relationships. Every encounter with a client or a student or another professional creates a relationship.
Actually, it's really funny because you'll be at the supermarket and an old patient will come up to you and say, you know, do you remember who I am? And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
When I'm in my, not in my scrubs, when I go shopping, when patients see me and they call out and say enfermera, and I'm like, how do they know I'm a nurse? That's when I know they're patients and they recognize your hard work, and it pays off right there.
One of the most memorable experiences that I had was having dinner in a restaurant with my son, and a young woman that I didn't recognize walked up to me and said, "Jen, is that you?" And I said, "Yes." And she goes, "You're not going to remember me, but you took care of me during my procedure, and I was so terrified, and you stayed with me, and I want you to know that that made a difference in my life."
I was working in the neonatal ICU, and I worked there for 7 or 8 years, and one of the last families that I took care of was a baby that was dying, and I was there working night after night after night with this family, and we all knew that the baby wasn't going to make it. The family was very distraught and was very hesitant to end all the life support that we had the baby on. And one night, I remember my shift, I just had that one baby, and I sat there, and all night long the only thing that I did was sit there beside the mom and the dad while they held their baby with all the life support going, but just being there, physically present. And I never thought that that's what nursing care was really about. It was a very meaningful moment for me. They ended up taking the baby off life support the following day, and about 6 weeks later the family came back, and the mom just wanted to know that I hadn't forgot her daughter that had died. And I thought, what a powerful moment for them, for myself, but also for them to know that I'll never forget their daughter.
I really like teaching. It's neat to watch the students come in and be afraid, and by the end of the semester they're more confident and more self-assured. It's really neat to watch. Sort of like helping your own children.
I've been actually teaching in some way or manner ever since I first graduated. When I first became a nurse, I was assigned to teach in a program that the Army had, which was educating psychiatric nurses, and then I've always been doing something similar to that throughout the years. And I think for me is the interaction that I've had with students and helping them to understand not only the knowledge that they want to apply, but the technical skills as well as their interpersonal skills, so that they then go out and touch another life, and then another one and another one and another one, so it continues to grow and grow.
I love teaching. I love being with students. That's my other passion, and being at UTEP makes me feel that I have both my passions covered, both OB and teaching. I love being an inspiration to students. I love motivating them. When students come to my office and say that they want to give up, they want to drop, that's when I want to encourage them. And when they graduate on their pinning, I'm in the front row normally with a box of Kleenex because I know they did it, and I was part of it, partly involved in them getting there, and it keeps me motivated to do what I'm doing right now.
I decided to become a teacher after going back for my graduate education to be a nurse practitioner. I had left the acute care setting and was now in the community. And I remember my nursing educators, especially my pediatric nursing teacher. And maybe that's, I'm following in her footsteps. I wanted to be just like her. She was awesome. She created a passion and a spark inside of me for nursing, but especially pediatric nursing.
My experience teaching nursing here at UTEP has been one of tremendous personal and professional growth. Personally, because I've learned a different way to value and a different way to be compassionate, and professionally because I've continued to learn and to share that in a very different way.
I thought, what a unique opportunity. I'm touching families and people in the community, but I also really would like to touch nursing students, and that way I could really reach a lot of nurses in the community. So that's what I've done. I teach many students, and some of them, that's what they want to be, are pediatric nurses. Many of them they run from children, but I relish those moments when they hold a newborn for the first time, or they take care of a family for the first time, or they interact with a screaming 2-year-old for the first time. It's a wonderful and powerful moment.
Well, I think for me, one of the most remarkable things about being at this position here at UTEP is the opportunity to interact with our faculty and students. I find our students are very committed, and for the most part very caring and dedicated and eager to learn, and that's really refreshing because I know they're going to do their very best in most cases to go out and to gain the knowledge they need, to get the clinical skills that they need to go out and really make a difference in the world. So I think for me, our students are one of the most valuable assets and one of the things I've enjoyed the most having interactions with.